Hello again, and welcome back to Life and Style with Tabby and Jill.
Today we have something really fun to do. As you saw in one of our last videos, we did an outdoor living area, and we did that because of COVID. Everybody's spending a lot more time at home
and their yards.
Exactly. So we thought that would be a fun idea. So we've kind of done that again. Because of COVID, people are now working from home or working from home a lot more. So what we did today is we put an office together for you. It was really fun. It happened to be my office because Tabitha and I are spending a lot of time in that these days, and we wanted to do something kind of fun that inspired us. So we thought we would give you some ideas on how to put an office together. So the first thing to remember with your office space is that your office space should always reflect you. And I know that can be difficult if you share your office with your spouse or with someone else. But the person that uses that office the majority of the time, that office space really should reflect them. And then the person that uses it not as much, maybe you can have some little items in there that reflect that person.
Okay, so something that is really important when you venture into creating a new space in your office is to clean everything out. And by saying that, we mean clean everything out, but don't take out your essential, like your computer desk, the essential things that are going to be staying in that room. But the other things that you want to take out are clutter things. Like you want to remove everything so that you can give everything a really good cleaning, and you want to be able to take things out that you really don't use anymore. And if you don't need them in another area of your house, then get rid of them, because you don't want to just put it somewhere else that it's not going to get used again. So then if you've got, say, books and such, you could maybe hand those off to somebody that could use them elsewhere.
As hard as that is, it's because people love books. I love books. I love to read. I absolutely love books, but you can become buried in books. So it's nice to hand them off and for other people to be able to enjoy them.
Sure. And then when everything's cleaned out, you've got a fresh palette to work with, and you can give everything a really good cleaning, including your baseboards and your moldings and that sort of thing. So you're starting with a very fresh, clean palette.
Absolutely. And then your inspiration. How can this office reflect you? A great piece that you can use, a piece of interest, is a picture. If there's something that you love, maybe you love palm trees.
I really like the picture we have.
I know, me too.
It's totally us.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So you choose something that reflects you. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be the ocean. It could be palm trees. It could be a beach. Anything. Whatever reflects you. And in the office, when you place a desk in the office, if you have a window in your office, you should always face your desk to the window, because it always gives you a view. And then behind the desk, you would put your picture that you choose on the wall. And another rule of thumb is if you don't have a window in your office space, then you should face your desk towards the door. And then again, placing the piece of interest on the wall behind you. I really like, for the focal point in the room, or I really like to use chandeliers or some type of light fixture to be the focal point.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, they're so nice. But you can also use mirrors or pictures. They work great as well. Yeah. So the next point about office spaces is usually they're in a space, whatever is available is what you take for your office space. And
it's not usually first priority.
No, ever. And I actually would recommend, even if it means taking over a spare bedroom, putting a pull-out sofa in there, so if you did have guests, that the room could be usable as a bedroom.
Yeah.
But I recommend doing that, or choosing a space that maybe has a nice window and has good natural light, and you have a little extra room in there, a little extra space,
To hang out.
Yeah.
Okay, so normally an office should have two spaces within that one space. So first being the desk, and second being the casual area with 2 or more chairs. Sometimes your best ideas will come from being in a more casual setting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lighting is our next point.
It's huge.
Lighting is huge.
Yeah.
Our brains actually like variety, and lighting can do that. Different types of lighting in a room can actually give our brain that variety. My favorite type of lighting is ambient lighting, and I love it because it's not it doesn't give harsh glares. It's like a soft lighting that is not harsh, and you can attain that by many different ways. You can use pendant lights, you can use chandeliers, you can get it in many different ways, but that is my favorite lighting. And it's nice in an office too. If you're in there working in the evening, it's a little more of a restful environment. I like to achieve that by using a chandelier and putting it on a dimmer, so you can have the bright light during the day, but if you're in there in the evening, you can get the ambiance as well. And I usually add a lamp, as you'll see when we get to the office. We added a nice little lamp too, which would be that lighting. And a very important form or type of lighting in an office is your task lighting. And every office should have a direct light source on the desk. I prefer to use one with an adjustable arm.
Okay, so for your drapes in the office, you want to make sure that they're not dragging on your floor, and you can set your rods. It's good to go up as far as you can to the ceiling. To what is it, 5 inches? The 5 inches below your ceiling.
Yep, you can go up to 5 inches below your ceiling.
And you want to make sure on each side of your window that it's at least 4 inches on each side past your window, up to 10 inches.
Up to 10. Yep. A 10 is a lot, but you really can go up to 10. It's a personal choice.
Depending on the window, right?
Yeah. And with your drapes, Tab and I were talking earlier. I mean, some people do like them on the floor, and like where some designers and decorators will say they like them like an inch on the floor. I personally, that doesn't work for me, and I don't recommend that, because regardless of how clean we are, we have dust bunnies.
Yep. Something else to collect dust.
I like to be able to get under there and to get the dust bunnies out. So for the conclusion of our video today, we just wanted to share a couple tips with you. They're easy tips, but they work. One is when you're hanging anything like a large picture, mirror, or a television or something like that, it should be between 60 to 65 inches from the floor surface to the center of whatever the item is, whether it's a television picture, whatever. It should be 60 to 65 inches, and it works perfectly almost every time.
Yep, I can see that. Okay, so for the last tip in building your office space, you want to make sure that you include some soft material items in that space. Offices today are more about wood, steel, minimalism, so you want to include something soft in that space to help absorb sound and just give a more of a softer feel to the space.
So things like
a rug, or even your drapes.
Absolutely, that all absorbs the sound, which is
helpful.
So here we are in the office space. We had a lot of fun picking out things, and this is where we are spending a lot of time. So this space is really, it really reflects us and who we are and the things that we like. So we were really excited to find this lamp, which gives us some ambient lighting. And it's actually, I know you probably can't see it exactly, but it's actually feathers, and it's really cute. It's really fun, really feminine, and the whole office really is feminine.
Yes, it is.
It's us. We love feminine things.
Exactly.
So and the blanket, we absolutely love it because it brings in a animal print. We both love animal prints. With the pink cushions, and we've used the plant. We've used a plant in our last video. We talked about using tall, thin greenery to dry your eyes up and make the space feel a little bit larger. And the materials, like the rug.
So then we've got like the materials. So We were talking about adding soft elements into your space. So for that, you know, we've got the feathers on the lamp, which is a really soft texture. And then we've got the pillows and the little throw here. And then we've got the mat on the floor here, which is soft and feminine. We've got our thin light filtering drapes, which there's blinds as well here because they would get direct sunlight in this room. So it's nice to be able to have that option to actually have a blind, but still have the light curtains.
Yeah, and I love a linen, and these are actually a faux linen,
Okay.
so not extremely expensive, but they have that look of, you know, keeps everything light and airy. And so on the wall that you see when you come in the office, I have used the rule of threes with decorating, and the rule of threes is simply that if you have a group of items that you're using of decor to decorate with, they should always be in uneven numbers. It's very strange. I wouldn't say I talk about feng shui or even believe in feng shui or feng shui principles, but there are certain things that actually work, and the rule of threes is a big one. It's unbelievable how well it works. So I've taken this wall, and the rule of threes on this wall, I've used the plant, the picture, and a shelf, which, as you notice, it actually has 3 cubes as well. And on the center shelf, I've used 3 items, and the alternate shelves, top and bottom, that's the equivalent of 3 items as well. So I've used the rule of threes on that wall, and it just brings things together, and it just looks nicer. Yeah, it looks very well balanced. So you can see that with the chandelier, that is the focal point of the room. It's the ambient lighting as well, which as you remember, I really love ambient lighting. Also on the table, on the desk, we have a task light, and it is adjustable. Again, I prefer ones that are adjustable. So that covers our light. You enjoyed seeing the office come together. We moved into this house 3 years ago, and the office is a space that I just didn't take the time to do. So I've been wanting to do it for a long time. So it was really fun to make it feminine and fun and a place that's
really
nice to hang out in.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so thanks for hanging out with us today. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also give us a thumbs up if you enjoy our content. And then you can also find us over on Instagram. Our account name is Life and Style TJ. And then you can also find us on the third platform, Facebook, Life and Style by Jill, or Tabby and Jill, sorry.
So we really appreciate your support. We really appreciate all the support and the kind words and what have you. So, and we would really appreciate you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And,
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks a bunch. Take care.
Bye.
See you soon.